All right, welcome to winterizing your pool. Here we are at the Hearn Pool, and we're going to come in here to where the pump is and everything, and all this stuff is going to be done, and I'm going to go step by step so that you can have this for future reference. So here we go. It's sometime in October. It's October 23rd, and we are now closing the pool. Water temperatures are beautiful, 86 degrees, but it's time to close her down. One of the first things we do is we go here. This is the pump. The pump is running regular. We're going to take this and turn this to a complete backwash first, and we're going to backwash this until we get everything in this little thing right here clear. We'll backwash and make sure we clean everything out. Then the second thing we're going to do, if you see on the backwash right here, it's clear down here at the bottom, the backwash. Then we're going to go to a rinse, and that rinse will rinse everything else. Then we're actually going to come clear over to a waste after we've rinsed, and then that waste, we're going to drain the water down to just below where the skimmer is there. The skimmer level will go just below that so that there'll be no water going into the skimmer, and we're going to, as we get that level down, we're going to put this gizmo, that's what it's called, a gizmo, into the center of this and fill this with antifreeze. This is where we're going to inject the antifreeze into the system here. So that's step one of the pool closing. Here we are at the pump, and this is very important. Here you have a line that is directing both main and skimmer to the filter. So what we have to do is close off the skimmer so that we're just doing main. The reason being is if water can't go through this skimmer, it has to go through the main drain. So when we get down to that skimmer, it would just be sucking air and it would cause all kinds of problems. So we want to drain the water from here, not from here. So if that makes sense, switch to main drain only, which this says closed, and this I believe is the skimmer, and this is the main drain. We're going to find out by looking close as we're doing this pumping. So we'll check the skimmer, see if water circulation is going through there, and if there is, we'll switch it to the other side, but I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. This is very important. This is the skimmer. If you see, it's sucking it down through there pretty good. There's a current in there. There's a skimmer drain and a center drain right here. So what we have to do, because we're going to drain this water below the level of that skimmer, that water's not going to be able to go through there anymore. So what we have to do is come over here to the drain system, and this one here is the main drain and this is the skimmer. So we want to push this towards the main drain. Now it's all main drain coming out here. Right here's main, all that's main, and skimmer is completely shut off for now. Okay, so while the pool's draining, we're getting it down below that skimmer. I'm going to pop these out, which these are the jets that go on the side. They're hooked right down here. You can see that little thing right there. You just take these out, pull them up top, because you're going to cap those off here in the next step after we start blowing some air through these lines. So take those off while it's draining. Get yourself ready for the air blow. Okay, the water level's getting down. We've got it just below the layer of the skimmer. See, it's there about 1/8 of an inch below. We're going to let it go down about 1/2 inch below. And then we're going to come over here, and this is where it all starts to go backwards. So instead of pumping water through it, we're going to start going with air. We'll disconnect this entire pump, and then we're going to blow air lines back through here. We're going to start with the opposite side here with that skimmer. So there's going to be a fountain, a geyser that comes up out of there as we push air back through, hopefully. Then we flip this around and we do the same thing with the drains. And on the drains, we're pushing those all out while we close up the pool. And then we do the same thing with the fountains over here. So a lot of fun yet to happen here, so hang in here. Okay, so now the pump's out. Pump's done. We'll no longer need that. The rest of it is going to be this, which is attached to that. Shop vac on the blower mode, not on the suction mode, blower mode, so it blows air through here. We're going to attempt to blow air into here so that it will come out over there. Let's see what happens. If you look closely, you can see water pouring out of there. And then we're blowing the air back out, because we want to get that geyser completely cleared out. And it will blow it out for a little bit. Make sure you get as much water out of there as possible, because that freeze in the winter time. That's why we're doing that part. And so all I'm doing is holding this vacuum, pushing air through it back to that line right there. Speaking of all these little parts we're taking off here, here's another good tip. The basket that was in the pump, we'll take it with us after we empty out all the debris, and we're going to put all these little parts you see that we're taking off of the pool. We're going to put all those little parts into this basket so that we don't lose them for next spring when we come back out. So all the parts go in there. I'll do the same with that one over there. And as we take the fountain heads out, we'll do the same thing with all of that. So we'll follow that around. So now we're pushing air through the filter pump, hopefully recirculating it so that it pushes out through the pump, through the fountains. All right, here we go. We're running the air backwards through this, so it's all starting to pump out of here. Go ahead and cap that one off. You see it forces the air to go to the next one. I'm gonna come over and do this one over here. And then we'll do that third one back there and the fourth one back there, and that'll close out those lines. We remove the top cap here from the top of the filter and this rear cap from way down here on the bottom so it drains through. Those two are going to go in the little white basket over here against that fence. We're going to put it together with everything over there so we have it for next spring when we go to open the pool. All right, so pump is removed. We've got this set in the closed position. We could set it on recirculate. I'll find out whether or not that's the one, but for now we have it on the closed position. We want to open up all the air through there. So as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and set it on recirculate. That way everything's open. Cap's removed on the top of the filter. Down below, we've blown out the heater. All the lines should be free of any standing water that could freeze and bust a pipe. In other words, if that's a 2-inch pipe down there, if there's an 1.5 inches, that could bust it because it's going to increase by 10%. But it's just spacklings of water in there right now, so it shouldn't hurt it. Jameson, do you want to do the ceremonial close of the cover? Which we have a electronic cover here. This is, everybody hates this part of closing because they have to go bolt down their cover. I'll let you watch this real quick here. We have all of the caps are on, and we poured antifreeze down in each one of the fountains, and we've capped off the center pool, so, or the return water pool, so nothing's going in there. The main drain is shut off. Everything should be pretty much so protected. So this is how we go about closing our pool. And it's closed for the winter. Good job. And the very last thing you do, don't forget to do this, is go turn all the power off to all your units. Go to the breaker, turn it off, and then the next time you'll see this is next spring, opening up sometime in probably April, maybe closer to May. So for the winter time in the Hearn pool at Kokomo Lagoon, good night, Gracie.